Hi, Gina with today's thought. And today's thought is, well, some good news for Donald Trump on the lawfare front. You may already know about this. It's been reported in a number of media. I'm reporting it also in case you haven't heard, read, or seen anything about it. That's one reason, but the other reason is because, well, just for my own personal enjoyment, because I'm enjoying reporting this. So let's go right to it. Georgia Appeals Court disqualifies FANI Willis from Trump election interference case. The Georgia Court of Appeals has disqualified Fulton County District Attorney FANI Willis from her 2020 election interference case against President-elect Donald Trump. In a shocking ruling on Thursday, the Second Division of the Peach State's Appellate Court denied a request to throw out the case entirely, but granted a motion to kick off Willis, who led the indictment against Trump, 78, and 18 co-defendants last year. Judge Trenton Brown, in the 12-page order, said Trump, 78, and 8 other co-defendants had numerous grounds to appeal the case after a lower court imposed an improper remedy, despite concluding that Willis's prosecution had a significant appearance of impropriety. The ruling cites Willis's decision to hire and extravagantly pay her now ex-lover Nathan Wade as a special prosecutor, taking him on lavish trips and allowing him to excessively bill her office for his work on the Trump case. While we recognize that an appearance of impropriety generally is not enough to support disqualification, this is the rare case in which disqualification is mandated, and no other remedy will suffice to restore public confidence in the integrity of these proceedings, Brown and the other appellate jurists contended. And that's the whole article. Actually, that's not an excerpt from the article. That's the whole article. I linked to it, but that's the whole article. And I'll just add a quick thought here, because the improper remedy they're referring to, I think, it's the lower court decision that FANI Willis and her ex-lover Nathan Wade on the case, right? And this lower court judge ruled that one of them, they could not both be on the case, that one of them had to withdraw from the case. So Nathan Wade did, and FANI Willis was still on the case. And I assume that's the remedy, the insufficient remedy or improper, or the bad remedy that this appellate court was referring to. So that's it. She's off the case. Another judicial win for Trump, or I would say almost. I mean, the case is still alive, according to this court. They did not dismiss the case, but for the case to go forward, a whole new prosecutor is going to have to be appointed to handle the case. I don't know why they would bother. I mean, it'd be just pure spite to do that. But the court also said that, well, they're letting the case go forward, but they're saying right in the decision, another reason not to go forward with it is that the appellate court found numerous grounds on which to appeal. So obviously Trump would appeal the case, and I would predict that it's such a ridiculous case. I won't go into the details. What matters now is that FANI Willis is off the case, but I would expect Trump to succeed on appeal. So it would just be running up legal bills for Trump. And I mean, I think it was $3 billion richer he got when Truth Social went public, or after he won the election, something like that. He made plenty of money to pay off his lawyers, to pay off the E. Jean Carroll, which I think he's also appealing, the $85 million award that she won. And well, he's he's just running the table, it looks like. It's just 2 cases left now, and they're both in New York, not coincidentally. Their corrupt judicial system. Trust me, I lived there for 40 years, and fortunately I never found myself in front of a New York judge or jury. But but there's the quote-unquote hush money case that I've talked about in the past, that Trump, they're probably, the judge Merchant, the judge in that case, he is just dragging his feet on either dismissing the case or ruling on the or imposing a sentence, and I think he's doing it on purpose because he knows it'll be, under New York state law, that the defendant cannot appeal until sentence is passed and the case is totally finalized. So Trump cannot appeal until sentence is passed, or, well, obviously, or the thing just goes away if it's dismissed. But Trump can't do anything, and Alvin Bragg, the prosecutor, he wants to delay, not dismiss the case, but just delay passing sentence or ruling on the case, either dismissing or passing sentence, until Trump leaves office. So to leave this hanging over his head for 4 years, that's obviously unconstitutional. I mean, it delays. It says, right, defendant entitled to a speedy trial, and that would include appealing, I would assume, but also just the saying that one of the sayings that are the bedrock of our whole justice system: justice delayed is justice denied. And I predict that they'll go, that at some point, if this judge does not get off the dime, that they'll go for what they call what's called a writ of mandamus, which is a writ. It's an order from a higher court to the lower court to do something. Reviewing facts of a case and either a ruling, for the defendant on an appeal. It's a direct order to the lower court to do something, and it could be an order to dismiss the case. So that's not out of the question. But at the very least, it would be an order to either dismiss the case or pass sentence, but to do something very quickly so that Trump can move forward, and if a sentence is imposed, so that he can immediately go to an appeal. So that's where we are. And then the other case is this ridiculous lawsuit from Letitia James that Trump, I won't bore you with the details again, but that he deliberately overvalued Mar-a-Lago as collateral for a loan that he wanted from Deutsche Bank. A victimless crime. Literally, there was no victim in this crime, but also it was a suit because there was no criminal. There was no criminal law violation. So this Letitia James, again, pure spite, sued him, even though, number one, there was no victim, but she certainly was not a victim. New York State was not a victim, and the only potential victim would be Deutsche Bank, the bank that made the loan, and they said they were happy. The loan was paid back with interest, and they did their own due diligence, and they decided how much they wanted to lend based on their due diligence, their appraisal, nothing that Trump. It happens all the time. I guess I'm starting to talk about it in detail, even though I didn't want to. Probably because I am a licensed real estate broker, and guess where? In New York State. I'm semi-retired, living in Tennessee, but I still have my license, and I can tell you that it's just there's no case there. There's literally no case there, and I guess that's it. I've gone on long enough today. Just repeat the good news, because I like reporting this, that FANI Willis has been kicked off the case, which besides being justice for Donald Trump and a great, he's got a big smile on his face, I'm sure, but also it's a humiliation for her. It's very rare for an attorney general to be thrown off a case. And so this is very humiliating, very embarrassing. I'd be interested to see her reaction, and if it's crazy enough, I'll report that too. Again, if for no other reason than my own personal pleasure. But that's it. For my own personal pleasure, also, you could subscribe to this channel. That would really be great. I would also enjoy more personal pleasure hearing your comments in the comment section below the video. Share this video with anyone you think would benefit from it. But most pleasurable to me of all would be to see you all again. So I look forward to seeing all of you again. And until I do see all of you again, bye.